The coilovers that I'm installing in this video are the Cygnus Performance X-1 Classics that have been made in the United States using high quality components with a lot of Subaru specific R&D behind them. Cygnus Performance has been making these for more than 10 years now and specializing in custom coilovers for Subarus for more than 15 years. They don't spend any money on advertisement, and because they sell the product direct to us, we get more value with these than anything else in the price range. The European-style digressive valving gives you nice, stiff, low-speed compression that minimizes body roll and gives you a lot of driver feedback for the best possible handling. High-speed compression aggressively tapers off, which keeps the coilovers comfortable on a bad road and keeps everything composed for better handling, so you get the best of both worlds. I could go on forever about these coilovers, but I want to get on with the video and get these things on the car. So shout out to Geoff Cygnus with Cygnus Performance for hooking us up, helping us out with the build, and yeah. And for you guys, if you guys wanted to pick up a set of Cygnus X1, X2, or X3 coilovers, use code Brandon100 at checkout, and it will save you $100 off your order. Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Super stoked to be partnering up with Cygnus Performance on these coilovers for the Project Panzer build. Now, as you guys saw in my last video, the car is currently blown up, so we won't be able to test drive it with these on yet, but I'm not going to stop with the build. We're just going to keep going. I have a short block going out to Outfront Motorsports for closed deck right now, so whenever that gets back, we can get that in the car, and then we'll be good to go. But I got these coilovers right here. These are the Cygnus Performance X1s. They're the Classic Edition, and we're going to get these thrown on the car. And if I'm being honest, I've never actually installed a set of coilovers before, so we're going to be doing this together. So I think we're going to start with the front. I'm going to get the front of the car jacked up, and yeah, we'll just get the stock struts out and get these coilovers in. Don't hate on me because I have chromes on an impact. I know. I'm not rich enough yet. Okay, so it looks like we have two 19mm bolts. We have our ABS line here and a brake line over here. So we'll just disconnect these two and then get these 19mm bolts off. And then we just have the 3 bolts that are up on top of the strut. And then this whole unit should fall out. Okay, old struts out. Bottom bolt was a little tough. I just ended up using a breaker bar and starting to spin it, and we got her out. So, because I'm new to installing coilovers, I don't know what a good ride height is for that specific car. So, I think what I'm going to do is set them even, which they almost are already, and then I'll just install them, see how it looks, and then adjust based on that. But, yeah, I'll just set these so the same distance in threads. And then, yeah, preload's already set from factory, so we don't have to mess with the preload, just adjustments. So, yeah, let's go ahead. I'm pretty sure this is the driver's side, so let's go ahead and get it installed. Alright, so I just kind of, everything's still loose in there. I kind of put the wheel on with 2 lug nuts just to see how it looks. And honestly, like, that's not bad. I'm going to have a different set of wheels and tires, so it's going to be a little bit different. But, no, that's pretty good. I think it was like 56 millimeters is what I left in the threads. And honestly, I think that I like that. So I'm just going to tighten everything up, and then we'll do the other side. Alright, everything is now torqued down, and we are ready to throw the wheel back on and go to the other side. Alright, front's done. Got passenger side and driver side. Obviously it needs an alignment. Camber's kind of all over the place. But yeah, I'll leave that to the alignment guys. It's like 107 degrees outside, so I'm going to take a break. And then maybe when the sun goes down a little bit, come out and do the rears. But fronts are done for now. And yeah. Both went in pretty smooth for the most part. Second one was easier, but the strut on the second one, the stock strut kind of came down on the CV axle, put a little hole in the boot. So I'm gonna have to fix that. It's all good. Just me learning how to do this. So yeah, I'm gonna go take a break. I'll catch up with you guys in a bit. Peace. All right, so moving on to the rears, we're gonna be removing this bolt here, and that bolt over there. And then we can drop the lower control arm down and pull the stock strut out of the car. Okay, now I have the hatch. So looking in the trunk underneath all the compartments, you see I have access to the 2 strut bolts or strut nuts here. Essentially they're just kind of hidden behind this little cover. That comes off, and on both sides you have access to them right here. So once you drop your lower control arm, you take these nuts off and drop the strut out the bottom of the car. Once all 3 of these bolts are out, you can go ahead and pull the lower control arm down. Just like that. And we can go ahead and take that nut off and that nut off, and then we can drop the strut out. Now, rear's a little bit different since I can't reach over the hood and help grab the strut and take the nut off at the same time. Backed one off, left the other, and I have this guy here to help me out and get the other one. Alright, so he's gonna undo the nut, and then I'm gonna grab the strut from underneath. You're undoing my nut right now?
Maybe.
Alright, so yeah, he's gonna do that, and then I'm gonna grab the strut when he takes that nut off. And then we should be able to pull this thing out. Yeah, you're free. Just like that. Alright, rear strut's out. I'm gonna go get the new one, and we'll slap it in. Alright, so same thing with the new one here. Kind of just left like 20 millimeters here on both struts, and then we can adjust ride height depending on what we like. Alright, so same thing. This up here. Alright, this is where I need my co-pilot.
What do you need?
So I'm gonna have Seth tighten the nuts up on top of the coilover.
Yeah, I'll tighten these nuts.
Don't put them like all the way down, just you know, let me have a little bit of play. Yeah, that's good. Alright, so now we can get the lower control arm back on and everything back together and adjust the height. I use this jack to help me lift up the lower control arm so I could get everything bolted in. See if it'll focus back there. But as you can see, we got all the bolts in. We just got to tighten them down. And then I'll just tighten this guy down. And we can throw the wheel on and test ride height. Hey, that's pretty good. So here's the front. Pretty good. And here's the rear. I think it matches actually almost perfect. So I think we're going to stick with that 20 mil. We'll do the same thing to the other side. And we should be good. Once we get the new wheels and tires on, I might have to adjust it depending on if the tires are going to be a little bit thicker. I think I'm going to go with 35s instead of 40s because we're going to be doing a wider tire as well. And then we're going to be doing flares. So we'll have to adjust it a little bit, I'm thinking. But right now, I think that's good as it is. And matches the front pretty well. So I think we're good. I'm going to go ahead, get this last one thrown in. And then we'll be done throwing coilovers on the car. Sheesh. All right, both backs are on, both fronts are on. Front really needs some work with camber. As you can see, this one has quite a bit of positive camber. I don't know if you can really see, but they both need adjustments. And yeah, it's looking really, really good actually. I think once we get the flares on, we'll have to adjust it a little bit. But overall, I think we're good to go. Now, as much as I'd love to drive this thing right now, it does have a rod knock, and I'm still waiting on the block to get back from out front for closed deck. So right now, I might go try to sneak it down the road, but I don't want to screw up the heads by any means. I want to try to conserve the heads, and as much as the motors, I guess I probably can. So I'm gonna try to take it easy, and we'll just have to wait to test these things out. But yeah, it went in pretty simple. Front was a little bit difficult, but kind of got the hang of it. And then rear was really easy. So that's going to wrap up this install video. Remember, if you guys want to pick up a set of these Cygnus X1s, X2s, or X3s, use code Brandon100 on CygnusPerformance.com. Save you $100 off your order. And you can get yourself a set of coilovers for your car. But I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.